and welcome to the beginning of this Shepsheds pub crawl. A pub crawl with a difference, because what we're going to do is look at about 12 pubs that are no longer in existence. The building may be gone, the site is still there, so we'll do a bit of research. We're going to start at the Queen's Head on Queen Street, and the Queen's Head is probably one of the oldest buildings in Shepsheds. If you come down here, it's now a private dwelling, and we have got permission to film. It's around 1520 when it was built, and it's number 34 Queen's Street now. The Toon family owned it around about 1790, I think, and it was a pub from 1825. So originally it wasn't a pub to start with, and it's reverted back to its original status. It was actually closed as a really high market eatery in around about 205, and it's been a private dwelling place since. So we'll start with the Queen's Head. If you walk around Shepsheds, you'll see a lot of timber frame buildings, which is how they used to be built, timber and brick. And down Queen Street, there's one or two houses that you'll see are still like that. So there's a lot of history still around here if you know where to look. If you've got any information that you'd like me to have, and I'll read it out. Jamie and myself are doing these podcasts. We're not the Oracle. We're just reading up what we found out. So let's have a look at Queen Street and the Queen's Head as it is now, and we're going to be walking around this old part of Shepsheds, around the marketplace and around there. So stay tuned, and if you say, enjoy the walk around and a bit of history, bit of fun, and we'll see you around there. Right, we're looking now at the Queen's Head as it is today. The owner said it's quite an undertaking. Old buildings, maintenance-wise, are all difficult to upkeep. But as I say, it's 1525 when it was built. And let's look at some of the foundations. Much different to what they are today. There were slabs of slate. You can see there on the gable end that it's timber framed, and that's how it used to be. I would imagine that's oak. And it's yeah, it's well worn, fabulous. If you walk around, especially around the marketplace, which we're going to have a look at in a while, you'll see a lot of timber framed houses, and I'll film from up here because I don't have permission to film outside the houses, but we'll take a long shot and we'll see. As you can see, there's a prime example, and that's in great condition, is the timber framed. And there's a better example just round the corner, so let's go and have a look at that, and you'll see more in detail. Right, I'm standing outside this great example of how we built houses in the 1500s, and on the top end of Church Street, and that's an absolute example. Thatch roof, timber framed. You see on the corner there, to give it strength, and you can see the thatch, and a lot of detail is still there. I don't know when this house was built, but it's a great example. In fact, the whole of Church Street, down to the bottom, which leads to the marketplace, is really worth a Sunday walk. A lot of the buildings reflect old Shepshed, and we've got the church just around the corner that is 9th century, which would be Catholic, long before Henry VIII decided to leave Rome and set up the Church of England. So as I say, you can come down here around the back end of Shepshed, which is the oldest part, and it's great just to see history. It's still here. Right, very interesting. I've just been speaking to a resident who lives round here. We're telling me a few stories. He's a historian, so that's lovely, isn't it? And complimented me on what we're doing. So if you do see me out with the camera, just come and say hello. I'll stop the camera rolling. We'll have a chin wag, and there you go. But we're in the oldest part of Shepshed now, as I said, coming down to Queen Street, and you know, we're going to carry on round. We're looking at pubs that are now no longer in existence, so we'll put that on the old interweb, and great. So as I say, we'll carry on now. We're going round the marketplace, and there's a couple of pubs there that we're going to have a look at. So I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.